Breaking news, he has decided to unretire because he saw how cold it was and he wants to get one chance to get back on the sideline in weather like this. Bill Packer, head coach of the Penns Manor Comets. I guess that's not quite true, is it, Coach? You're not coming back anytime soon.
Todd, that cold weather, just like you always say when you come later in the season, how you hate the cold. That's how I am anymore. So felt it's about that time to get out.
Our visit with Coach Packer, presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Coach, I was almost tempted to say that it's the Luther Ford Coach's Corner program because we had a lot of those conversations down through the years, haven't we?
Oh, we sure have, Todd. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and everybody. You guys have been great, and the only thing I won't miss is getting up early and having to talk to you that early in the morning.
Well, the last time that we visited in person was actually after that Cambria Heights game, the game that ended up being the last regular season game for you, and your last game there at home. And afterwards, as is often the case, we walk into the coach's room and there's a nice little spread of food down there. You actually set out for more food that night because we were gonna spend some more time together. All the coaches around the table. I would guess that as you reflect back on all those years of coaching, those are going to be really special memories. Gathering after the game around the coaches' table.
Yeah, they are. I'm really going to miss that. It all comes to, it started with my brothers, getting to see them for 20 years every day was special for me. And just that coaching staff that I had around me, they were so special. They did so much to get that program turned around, and they stuck with me through this for 20 years, which is a long time. And I think that's what made us so successful, and I'm really going to miss that.
I think one of the most exciting things about it to me was to see the number of your former players who ended up coaching with you on the sidelines, either as official members of the staff or as volunteers. Those guys that you coached for all of those years, they really loved the program so much and loved you and your coaching staff and your family that was there. And it really did turn into that, wasn't it? It was a family atmosphere at Penns Manor.
Oh, it sure was. Some of those guys coming back, that meant a lot to us, and they really enjoyed playing their years there at Penns Manor, and they really wanted to come back, and we had some great guys. And, I still have Carson Ray that played for me, did a great job. He's a paid coach now. I mean, he just worked his way up and does a great job with the linebackers, and then he went into helping with the offense this year. Great kid, and we've had so many other ones come and volunteer their time. I can't name all of them, but just so special to me.
No, absolutely. We think back on the teams themselves and some of those memorable games, those battles with Ligonier Valley, those home court backyard rivalries with Purchase Lion and with Marion Center. You developed a great rivalry with Northern Cambria, too, in the last several years. And that's what happens when you get a top program. Everybody wants to play you, and you have great fun preparing for them. And well, maybe it's a little bit of a headache, but it's a ton of fun, too, isn't it?
It sure is. Getting ready for these teams. It seemed like everybody was a rival to us towards the end, but these kids always look forward to playing these teams and always got excited about playing, and that made the job really easy for us because they really wanted to get out there and do their job, and I really appreciated all that.
You had some magical football teams as well. I recall walking into the stadium for Danny Farron's first game as a freshman and being told where do you see this guy? And the thing about that team, and Danny was such a special football player for you, probably the best, at least in the top three, but maybe even the best that we saw in Indiana County in the last 25 or 30 years. But it wasn't just him. There was Joey Voda-Pivic. There was that line. Danny actually had you had a freshman center starting with Danny that stayed with him the whole way through his career too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. I mean, not only Danny is, as you said, we've had some great linemen. Before we used to always be so small. Eventually we had a great, nice sized line there. With the Ruddicks and the Stupics and on the line there, and the Dumbs. Man, we had so many special ones. Jorts. Mm-hmm. We just had a great team there. Overall, we had nice size, and to have Danny playing at that time, that made it even more special.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We remember the Trimble boys and all of them. And you mentioned Luke Ruddick. He was just a man on the field. You had a few like that. You just had one as well, and Alex Polenic. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. We've been lucky through the years. I've just been so lucky to have some special players and some good talent, and that's what got us where we were. So, never forget that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Coach, one serious thing I wanted to ask you about, since you're no longer going to be fighting these battles, is the future of high school football at this level, at the Heritage Conference level. You've got Class A schools, you've got AA schools, and programs do merge just to have the numbers in order to field a football team. It's not an easy sport to do anymore because you just don't have the same number of kids coming out. Everybody used to have rosters of 35, 45 kids, and now sometimes you'll end a season, you only got 20 kids in uniform, if that.
Yeah, it's really getting tough. I feel bad for the small schools like us, Homer City and Purchase Line. Some of our smaller schools here, it's just the competitiveness is getting so tough, especially when other teams have combined and merged, and it's just been it's just getting tougher, and you're not getting the kids out like you used to be able to get. Kids used to come out, and even when you had that success before, a lot more kids would come out, and that's just not happening as much now. But something's going to have to happen. The conference it's a great conference and everything, but it's just getting to the point where the smaller schools there, if they don't merge or something doesn't happen soon, unfortunately, I don't know if you're going to even have a team. So hopefully something's done here soon, and I feel bad for these smaller schools.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, and there are some difficult years ahead. But for now, we're thinking about the memories of 20 years on the sidelines for the Penns Manor Comets. All of those programs, they need the support of the parents, the boosters organizations, the band. It's all a part of the high school football experience, and I know you're going to look back with very fond memories of the times that you were able to be there for the Penns Manor Comets. Those guys, they look up to you, and they look to you for support, and that's really what it's all about.
It's all about those people. We've been so fortunate to have, a great fan base, a great band, great cheerleaders. I mean, and just support from the community has been just something special to us. And if it wouldn't be for them, we wouldn't have been successful like that. And that helps get kids out too, seeing all that and the excitement. We really appreciate them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think back on the many years covering Penns Manor football, all of our Heritage Conference teams, and I think one of the most special times was that trip out to Hershey where you played in the state quarterfinal game in the Farron's years. I think it was Danny's junior year. Maybe it was senior, but it's probably his junior year. But what a special time that was. That was a morning football game, and you guys came out and you sort of made a statement. Indiana County knows a little bit about football.
Yeah, that was a really special time. Just going, traveling with the people and all the people that came that far to come out and support us. And the kids were so excited and just to go out there and play on that field. And they went out and they played Penns Manor football. They played hard football 4 quarters, and they came out with a big win, and that was really special.
Yeah, really was. Coach, I know that down through the years you developed wonderful friendships with all of your fellow coaches in the Heritage Conference. It's not going to be easy not seeing those guys once a year or even more when you were able to get together with them. But we thank you for being such a big part of what we do here at Renda Media because, these last 20 years would not have been near as special without you and your Penns Manor Comets.
I really appreciate that, Todd. And, I really appreciate what you guys have done for the program and, to be on and to be able to talk about these kids and to do games for us. Some people can't make it to these games and that, and putting them on the radio and being able to talk about some of these kids is so special. And I want to really thank you guys.
Well, it is our pleasure. We thank you so very, very much, and I just hope that they don't put my chair away around the coaches' table there at Penns Manor.
No way. I'll talk to those guys. I'm sure you're going to be there sitting around that table, and maybe I'll come up and see you.
There you go. Bring a crock pot with you. You bring a crock pot with you, and we'll be in good shape.
All right. I'll bring the food this time.
Coach, thanks so much.
Nice talking to you, Todd.
Thank you. Bye-bye. There's Bill Packer, the head coach of the Penns Manor Comets, announcing his retirement. Boy, he's going to be a guy that is missed not only around the Heritage Conference, but in all of District 6 and in that Penns Manor community.